every once in a while I'm reminded that less is more. And sometimes it's time to strip away. And there's a few examples where this is really coming to light again. So I love hair products. I love makeup. I love accessories. I love clothes. You know this. I love more in many areas of my life, more friends, more social life, more ideas, more stimulation. I love it. Last night, I realized that for a while now, my scalp has been itchy. And it's so dry here, so that makes sense, right? And I had to be on an antibiotic a couple times this month, which can kind of mess with your pH. So not surprising, but I thought, I've been putting like oils on it and trying to hydrate my scalp and my hair. And I thought, let me just do some research here. This isn't something I've experienced before. So went down the YouTube rabbit hole. There's some dermatologists I really trust, watched some videos. And the conclusion I came to is I need to stop with all of this stuff, stop with the oils and doing more. I've basically damaged my barrier on my scalp with all the products and the dry shampoos. And it reminded me of how about 3 years ago, I damaged my skin barrier and I was having all this eczema around my upper eyes and I couldn't wear makeup and it was very dry and irritated. And again, at the time, I was using these really high-end products that had beautiful essential oil ingredients. And I thought I was doing the right thing. But after doing a deep dive on that, I stripped everything out of my routine and I bought the most basic like Cetaphil face wash and CeraVe lotions and learned about layering a humectant to lock in the water or to hydrate, and then something to seal it in, like an ointment or a balm, an occlusive. And it went away and it changed, and it really made me rethink my routine because I was using all what I thought were fancy products, and it was really the simplest and the most basic of products I had been a snob about before that were repairing it. So since then, I have been more simple in my routine and really focused on what actually works. And this was reflected to me about 6 months ago. I discovered a channel on YouTube called Don't Be a Lemon. And I just have really fallen in love with this content creator. Her name is Elle. And her first video is super vulnerable. She's talking about how she's broke at 39 years old and how she got here. And the short version is that she was dating someone for about 10 years who was doing very well financially, and she just didn't have to worry about money. She did work, but she was doing all the skincare treatments, all the spray tans and all of the lash lifts and all of the high end, things that as ladies we can do to ourselves if we choose to. She's doing it all on a regular basis. And when she decided to leave him, she knew she had to change her lifestyle. And I really related to her because of all the personal finance advice out there. A lot of it comes from men, and they say things like, well, just stop buying expensive things. Just stop with the skincare. Just use a bar of soap. And it's just not relatable. She was very vulnerable and relatable. And maybe when she really sold me, when she got so meticulous about her budget and so dialed in and cut out so much, but she kept Rent the Runway for reasons that I completely understand. So she has my heart. So when this happened with the hair and I was reminded, just strip everything out, go really gentle and simple. And even one of the recommendations was to use a zinc-based shampoo, which is code for dandruff shampoo. And again, I was a snob. I'm not using Head and Shoulders. And it's like, maybe if somebody rebranded it zinc shampoo, women wouldn't have such stigma around it. But they said those ingredients, salicylic acid and some other key ingredients, are what help to repair that barrier in your hair. So last night, after I washed my hair, I didn't put anything in it. And it actually feels so light and so free and bouncy. And I thought, this is a good reminder. So I'm talking about this in the context of skincare. and personal care, but really this applies to so many things. What are the assumptions you have about things that you need to have in your routine? I need to do this. And I thought about this a lot around the holidays. Like, do we need to bake the cookies? Do we need to put up this specific decoration? And then we make the holiday stressful because we have all these musts and shoulds in our schedule. So this is a reminder to just question everything, especially now this time of year when things are cold. And for me, it's been quieter. Question everything. So when you do add things back in, you're very intentional and you're really centered around what is truly making a positive difference in your life and isn't just more for the sake of more or even less for the sake of less. So I'd love to hear from you. What are things that you used to think were necessary that you've cut out and you've been better for it?